Hey, what happened? Diana Clark never liked driving at night, but she had no choice that January evening. The snow had come earlier than the forecasts predicted, and by the time she left her sister's house in Denver, the sky was a solid sheet of gray. Her old Subaru crawled along the deserted highway, tires crunching over ice. She was halfway home when she saw it, a light floating above the tree line. At first, she assumed it was a plane, maybe a medevac helicopter, but it moved too fast. It zigzagged in the air, then shot straight upward, disappearing behind the clouds. Her breath caught in her throat. She gripped the steering wheel and told herself she was imagining things. But when the light appeared again, hovering directly above her car, she felt an animal terror rise in her gut. The headlights flickered. The dashboard went black. The engine died. In the dark, she thought she heard a low humming, an electrical vibration that rattled her teeth. And then everything went white. The next thing she remembered was waking on a cold floor. Her vision swam with blue symbols that glowed above her like constellations. She couldn't move, couldn't speak. Something tall and thin loomed over her, a shape with gray skin and large, glassy eyes that swallowed all the light. When she tried to scream, her mind filled with a voice that wasn't hers. Remain calm. She didn't remember much after that, only flashes. A needle descending toward her stomach. The feeling of something moving under her skin. The taste of metal in her mouth. When she opened her eyes again, she was lying in her car on the side of the road. The dashboard clock read 2:17 a.m. Hours had passed. She told herself she was lucky, that she'd survive. She never imagined the worst part hadn't even begun. For years, Diana tried to forget. She went back to work at the hospital, saw a therapist, and convinced herself that what she'd experienced was a hallucination, a brain misfiring under stress. But in the quiet hours before dawn, when she couldn't sleep, she felt that humming in the walls. Sometimes she'd catch herself staring into space, her mind empty, minutes gone without explanation. Last summer, the dreams began. In them, she floated in a black chamber. Needles and silver instruments circled her body, controlled by invisible hands. Voices whispered questions she couldn't understand. She'd wake drenched in sweat, her heart hammered. One night, she decided to prove to herself that she was sane. She bought a small camera and set it up in her bedroom, convinced she'd catch herself tossing and turning. Just nightmares, nothing more. But when she reviewed the footage, her skin turned to ice. At 2:13 a.m., she sat up in bed. Her eyes were open, staring blankly at the camera. She swung her legs over the mattress and stood without a trace of hesitation. Then she walked to the wall, and passed straight through it as if it were mist. The video cut out. The next morning, she called in sick. She couldn't bring heat. If you liked the story, then like it, subscribe and comment and send your opinion.